You know that feeling when you have an amazing idea for a video, but it just dies in your head? Usually because you're dreading the thought of all that complicated editing software. Well, you are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to show you how to leapfrog all that technical stuff and turn your ideas into really polished videos using AI, even if you've never touched a timeline in your life. Man, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's that cycle of getting excited about a new tool, getting confused, burning through your free credits, and then just giving up and going back to the old way. We are going to break that cycle today. By the end of this, you'll have a clear, simple roadmap to avoid all those traps and actually start creating. Okay, so this slide really shows you the massive shift that's happening. The old way, it meant wrestling with these clunky, confusing timelines, facing crazy high costs, and spending weeks, sometimes months, on just one project. The new way, it's a whole different world. We're talking about a single prompt, a simple subscription, and getting a video back in minutes. And the editing? You just use plain English. So how do we actually make it happen? Well, it all starts with the prompt. The best way to think about it is you're giving instructions to a super talented creative partner. And honestly, getting this part right is the foundation for everything else that comes next. Now, before you even write a single word of your script, you've got to choose something called a workflow. And trust me, this is an absolute game changer. It's like telling the AI right up front, hey, we're making an educational video, or this one's an ad. By doing that, it immediately knows the right kind of structure, pacing, and tone to use. This is the real secret to avoiding those generic, cookie-cutter videos. And here's how simple that workflow makes things. It's basically a 4-step process. First, you pick that workflow preset. Second, you write out your detailed prompt. Third, you pick a voice you like and some background music. And finally, you just hit generate. Getting that first draft is really that straightforward. Okay, getting into the prompt itself. These little details are how you get a great result instead of a mediocre one. A title gives the AI laser focus. Defining the tone and structure stops it from just rambling on. And asking for a specific visual style and subtitles right from the beginning is going to save you hours of annoying editing work later. And that visual style we just mentioned, it's not just for looks. It has a huge impact on your message. So for educational stuff, a unique style like claymation or 3D animation can be amazing for helping people remember what you taught them. But if you're making something for your business, a hyper-realistic or cinematic style is going to build that authority and trust you're looking for. Now, this is where things get kind of mind-blowing. I want you to completely forget about timelines, keyframes, all that complicated software stuff. With these new AI tools, you do all of your editing and refining with simple, plain text commands. Here's a really important mindset shift for you. The first video the AI generates is not the final product. You have to think of it like a solid starting point, like a block of marble. The real magic, the creativity, happens next, when you start chipping away and sculpting it into exactly what you envisioned. All right, let's take a super common situation. You get the video back, and you like it, but that one scene at the beginning just feels a little off. In the old days, this was a huge pain. You'd have to find new footage or maybe even a reshoot. But now, you just type what you want. A lot of these tools have what they call a magic box. You just select the clip you want to change and type in a new command, something simple like clay earth spinning, and boom, the AI just generates a brand new visual for you right there on the spot. It's an incredibly easy and powerful way to edit. Okay, that's cool for one video, but what about scaling your content? What if you want to reach a global audience, but you don't exactly have the budget for a team of translators and foreign voice actors? You guessed it, you just type a command. And what's crazy is the AI doesn't just translate the text. It generates a totally new voiceover in that language. It updates all the captions, and it can even adjust the video's pacing to match the new narration. This whole process takes like a few minutes. It's amazing. All right, so you've got the fundamentals down. Let's talk about a couple of pro tips that can really take your content to the next level and make it feel uniquely yours. One of the absolute coolest features available is voice cloning. So instead of using one of the stock AI voices, you can actually teach the AI to speak in your voice. For anyone trying to build a brand or a recognizable presence, this is a total game changer for consistency. And getting it set up is super easy. You just find the plugin for it, upload a good quality voice sample. I'd say 2 to 3 minutes is enough to get a great result. And here's the key part. Make sure the tone of your sample matches the tone of your content. So if you make calm educational videos, record your sample in that same calm educational tone. So, as we start to wrap this up, I want you to think a little bigger. This technology isn't just about making one video a bit easier, it's about completely transforming the scale and speed of your entire content strategy. Let's just look at the hard numbers because they're pretty staggering. We're talking about going from over $1,200 and maybe 1 or 2 weeks of waiting for a single video down to a simple monthly subscription and maybe 20 minutes of your time. And revisions? They're not slow and expensive anymore. They're fast and just included. And if you're worried about quality, don't be. This isn't some cheesy, low-resolution thing. You can export your final videos in crisp 1080p Full HD. They look professional and are ready to go on any major platform. And the uses for this are, well, they're pretty much endless. You can create your long-form YouTube videos, shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks. You can make educational presentations, product demos, social media ads. Basically, anywhere you need a video, you now have a production studio at your fingertips. So I'm going to leave you with this question. The old barriers, time, money, and technical skill, they're all starting to crumble. So if you suddenly had the power to make 10 videos in the time it used to take you to make just one, what amazing stories